Hello guys, I'm here with another video, and today I have a brand new series I'm bringing you guys. This is T.S.R, also known as Troop Strategy Rating, where I take a certain troop comp and I give a rating, and I go through the amount of stars it could get, the price, and the time it takes to train, and any other basic info. So I will be going through more than just one town hall. I have a Town Hall 6 replay right now, and a Town Hall 7 and a 5 replay going. I will show all three of those just to show how it differs from Town Hall to Town Hall. But anyway, guys, if you have any other troop comps you'd like me to rate, just leave it down in the comment section below. But with that being said, let me get into this one. So, this episode's going to be Barching, as you saw in the beginning. So, first off, let's go and tell you the basics of Barching. So what exactly is Barching meant for? Well, it's easy. Really, what it is meant for, down to the basics, is for loot. Because this is a nice army to train. You go for storages on the outside of a base, normally dead bases, so that the storages are filled, or mines and stuff like that. So what you do is you place your barbarians in front of the archers, and then your archers behind. Not too many. And just take care of the mines and stuff and collect that loot. But one big thing you need to be careful of while you're barching is splash damage. Stuff like mortars and wizard towers, that is a big problem against barching. Okay guys, so now let's get to some more advanced stuff like statistics and stuff like that. So how much damage does barching actually do to a base? Well, on average, it does about 0 to 1 star of damage to a base, because it's not really meant for trophy pushing. It's more of an attack you want to do if you want loot, you're saving up for an upgrade. So, Barching is a great strategy if you're just looking for something like that, but it's not something good for trophy pushing. Now guys, let's move on to what town halls you should use Barching on. And the answer to that is any town hall, really, because Barching works for most town halls. Maybe a few exceptions at the top few town halls, like 8, 9, and 10, just because there's more walls. So there's not really any outside mines or any outside elixir pumps that you're gonna find. But anywhere from 1 to 7, it works amazing with. All you have to do is search for a little bit while, and you will find a dead base, hopefully, depending on what league you're in. The lower the league you're in, the more chances you have of finding a dead base. But all you have to do is, like I said before, the barbarians and then the archers right behind, over those mines and over those pumps, and then take all that loot, and then you leave. It's not meant for a 3-star attack, so you're probably going to pick up the 50% from destroying the mines. If not, you could try your best, but it's, like I said before, it's not really meant for trophy pushing. So if you want a trophy push, you better use another strategy, because barching is not it. Now let's talk about price. Now this is a really hard subject to talk about when it comes to barching, because all different town halls could hold all different amounts of troops, and basically barching is fully customizable, which is another way and reason why it's amazing, because you could have as many archers and as many barbarians as you want. Say you could hold 200 troops, you could have 120 archers and 80 barbarians, 100 of each. Or you can even have 120 barbarians and 80 archers. It's however you want, whatever you like. I personally like to use a little bit more archers and barbarians, or like to equal them out. But you can see there's a few replays going of different town halls and how it works and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to talk about price wise for like different town halls and stuff. So, as it is fully customizable, it's, like I said, it's hard to say exactly. But if you're a town hall 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, or 2, or even 1, it doesn't really matter. It's going to cost about always under 100,000 elixir. Probably under 80,000 elixir, and you're probably most of the time going to get more loot from that during a raid. Because say you're a town hall 7 and you're holding 200 troops, and you want 100 archers and 100 barbarians. Archers are a bit more expensive than barbarians, so you'll have a certain amount of elixir spent like that. But now say you want to do 120 archers and then 80 barbarians, you're spending a bit more loot this time because archers are more expensive than barbarians are. But like I said, it's all about what you like, what you enjoy. Find out what works for you. It's all about loot with this one. So now that we got price covered for those, let's move on to 8, 9s, and 10s. Now, it's more difficult with this one because there's more customizable like setups and amounts because you can hold more troops. It's always still most of the time going to be under 100,000 elixir, depending on what level your troops are. Max level troops obviously is going to be different from level 4 or 5. So there's a lot of factors that like knock each other out and vice versa, stuff like that. And it's difficult to really calculate how much of elixir you're going to spend on an attack like this. But the only thing I can say is that you will make 99% of the time. But with that being said, now that you guys know the price, let's talk about the time it takes to train these troops. Now, on average, also this factor depends on how many troops you could hold and how many archers and barbarians you train, because archers, as they do cost more, they also take longer to train. So I'm on my Town Hall 6 account, or 5, it's becoming a 6, but on my Town Hall 5 account, it takes less than 20 minutes for me to train 60 barbarians and 100 archers, or a little more than that. I don't know what the exact amount is. It's a bit more than 100 archers. I don't really know what the exact amount is, but I do train a little bit more archers than I do barbarians because I prefer archers better, because the barbarians I just use as a meat shield, so I figure I don't really need that many. But if you're like a Town Hall 7, like on my other account, I hold 200 troops, so I may do 100 barbarians one attack and 100 archers the other. So I don't really know for that one. On average, it takes under a half hour, about 25 minutes. So if you're a Town Hall 8, expect about a half hour. And if you're a Town Hall 9, maybe a little bit over, and 10 a little bit over. And under that, under like a 5, expect anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes for your troops to be trained. Obviously, 1 through 3 will be at about 10 to 15. And then a 4 and a 5, like I said, are like about 20, a little over 20. Give or take a few minutes, depending on what you like to train. More archers or more barbarians. Like I said, I prefer more archers, and a lot of people do prefer more archers just because barbarians aren't really meant to do much other than take the shots of the mortars, wizard towers, and other defenses, because archers will get one-shotted by most mortars depending on what base you're attacking and like what level they are. Like I said before, there's a lot of factors in this one, which is why you have to make sure and train the raid army that will be right for you and that you'll be good with. It's all about experience, and like any other attack, you just got to practice with it. But it's very easy to learn, which is why I think I should have made the first episode on Barching. It's a well-known attack, but it's a really good attack for loot. But let's move on to another factor, which is how it is in war. Now, I know what you're thinking. This isn't a trophy thing, and it's not meant to 3-star, so why would it even be good in war? And you're right. Barching is terrible in war. You should never use it in war. Use almost every other attack is better, except for maybe all goblins or something dumb like that. But Barching is meant for loot and not for getting 3 stars. So if you're a Town Hall 7, just use something like Mass Dragons or Balloonian. If you're a 6, use like Giant Healer. Just use something else. Don't use Barching in war. It's just dumb when people do that because they only get 1 star at the most if they're lucky, unless they're attacking a really low base compared to their base, which is you should never do. You should attack your recommended target to help your clan out as much as you can. So anyway, guys, let me get into the overall rating of this attack. I will be doing this 1 through 10. Okay, guys, so it is a 7. Now, why is it a 7 exactly? That's because it's very cheap, easy to do, and if you boost your barracks, you could be attacking once every 5 minutes, and it's so customizable, and you could just do so much with it, get so much loot, so amazing. Now, why isn't it higher up? Well, because it's not really meant for trophy pushing. You can't 3-star base, and it's not good in war. And it's not like you could go out, sorry about that, you could just go out and 3-star base. It's not an attack you want to constantly train unless you're constantly farming loot. So, yeah, I still see people attack in war with Barching or attack my base and not even go for the loot in Barching. But remember, the one key thing is you want to go for dead bases that have filled mines and filled pumps, because most other bases that aren't dead, most of the storages, not all the time, but like I said, most of the time, are in the center, and that's hard to get to unless you bring wall breakers, which is why I suggest just going for dead bases, because I would prefer to bring more archers and barbarians and go for a dead base than less barbarians and archers and a few wall breakers and go for an alive base. But it's just not really going to work out too good even if you bring wall breakers, because mortars and wizard towers, like I said, are the biggest weakness, just going to kill so many at once. So just stick to the dead bases. So just gain all that loot that you possibly can. And if you guys keep wanting to see me do videos and stuff like this, a whole series of this, like I'll do Go Wipe, Go Wee Wee, Mass Dragons, Lava Lunion, Balloonion, I have all these plans. I will do it. Just like this video and tell me in the comments that you want to keep seeing it. And I put a lot of work into making this video, so I'd really appreciate if you subscribe for more. I also do a walkthrough or a little playthrough on my channel of Clash of Clans, where I have a Town Hall 6 account and a Town Hall 7 account. My account actually just became a 6. So if you want to see that, just check it out. I will have in my outro annotations. And if you're on a mobile device, then I may leave a link in the description. But if I forget, you could just always click on my channel and go to my videos and see what I have uploaded. But, yeah, guys, that's all I really wanted to say. If you guys think I made any mistakes in this video or I need to make any changes for the next video, just tell me. And I'll really appreciate all your suggestions. I think that Barching is a great strategy. It's just not the best because mainly you just don't want always to get loot, and you sometimes got to use good troops in war. I don't know if there is any perfect 10 attack. I mean, maybe the closest would be Lava Lunion, just because that's what all the top players use, and they always 2-star with that. But even that's just a 2-star, not a perfect 3-star 100% of the time. So yeah, there's probably no really perfect attack in Clash of Clans. It's all just what you're good with and what you're used to. So guys, this is really just what I wanted to say about Barching and what its ups and downs are and statistics about it and stuff like that. So anyway, with that all being said, and I hope I covered everything. If I missed something, just tell me in the comments below. But anyway guys, this is Red Slime signing out.